Looks like we're nearly live. We're more or less live. This is another classic episode of the Vegan Steven podcast. This is part of the business segment. Congratulations.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah, happy Christmas. This might be episode 10, 8. We'll find out. We are specifically talking about
business, your perspective and how to be happy, the psychology behind business, possibly specializing in my area that I do, referring to investing and or trading.
Right. If you can't take someone dressed up in a Santa Claus costume seriously, who can you take seriously? That's the question I'm asking.
You shouldn't take business seriously either. Or should you?
Or should? Yeah, that's...
Or should you? But yeah. If someone in a Santa, if Santa can tell you business ideas, all business ideas are valid. It's got to be serious.
Yeah, it's the Christmas episode. You know what I mean? This is what you're dealing with here. Professionals, allegedly.
We allegedly.
Alright, so apparently we know about business and we're going to share it with you.
Okay, right. So first of all, you're looking to start your own business. Let's pretend I'm going to have you walk in my shoes for a little while. And I'm going to do something. So I'm going to get a coin out. Now, I want you to pretend you're in a situation where if it lands on heads, you win money. So you win €1. No, you win €100.
Okay.
You win €100 if it lands on heads. If it lands on tails, you don't lose anything.
You don't lose anything?
Yeah. So
tell me more.
Well, let's do it first. Let's see what happens. So let's see. Heads. If it lands on heads, you win €100. If it lands on tails, you don't lose anything. You get to keep your money, but I don't give you €100.
Oh, this is the law of large numbers again. Did I just ruin the end of the video?
I just put my money where my mouth is.
Okay.
It's about risk.
Okay.
Like
risk management, risk analysis, or
yeah, pretty much in that area. So I'm going to show you.
Valuable to people in the casino, or
anyone who's going into the investment, this will be extremely valuable. Okay. So it's going to look like it doesn't make any sense at all at the start, but they do that in lots of university courses as well anyway. So I'm going to try and mimic one of them. So I have a coin here. If it lands in heads, you win €100. If it lands in tails, you don't win €100, but you don't lose your €100.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. So let's see what would happen. Okay, it lands in heads, you win €100. Let's try again.
Okay.
So keep that €100. You're gonna keep that anyway. Now invest another €100. If it lands on tails, I'll give you that €100 back. But if it lands on heads, I'll give you an extra €100. Let's see what happens.
Happy days.
Land on tails. So you invest that €100. You didn't lose it. You got it back.
Okay.
So you're broken even. You win or break even.
So is this roulette? Oh, this is completely imaginary. Sorry.
This is business. This is investing, and maybe possibly for trading as well.
Okay.
So if you look through the other two videos on leveraging, this is what I'm getting to all about.
Lovely.
So €100. That's this.
Would this possibly be leveraging 3 or? 3.5, 3.1.
This is more perspective. I think I want to get into much more detail eventually into leveraging.
You're a professional. Keep going. I'm very
I love it. I just put my money where my mouth is.
I'm just like a needy child.
I love it. This is money. This is how you make money, man. This is how you do it. This is how you do it the big way. You have everything. We're kind of summing up everything we did so far before I go into the final details of leveraging.
Oh, jeez.
No,
top secret. You could be killed for giving these information away, I heard. Santa Claus /
that's more risky than actually doing it, than leveraging myself. So imagine you went to a casino. Imagine you just went to a casino. I'm assuming most of you know what a casino is or have some idea. But just imagine going in there and they said, right, place a bet. If you win, we'll give you money, obviously.
Right.
But if you lose, we'll give you your money back. Just imagine that for a sec. Just think about that. You're in a casino where you're in a situation where you can only either win money or you just make that back the money you lost. Imagine that for a sec. And breathe.
Fuck. I'd give that a go.
Oh yeah,
I don't understand how this works, but I give it a.
But it does work.
I'd be willing to see if it's a load of shite or if there's anything going on. Like, I give it a go. I put half a day. I put 6 hours aside at least.
No, I just put 6, 5.
We're probably talking a few weeks, are we, before this kind of stuff pays off, are we?
But it does take a while. That's it's not a get rich quick
here.
scheme.
I'm only here for the I'm in and out. I'm not willing to. Dr. Boogie, I've had enough. I'm not willing to put in any effort.
Out you go. I'm taking over.
Alright. Are we talking like a month here of taking a month off work here?
Well, it depends. Let's say if you're working. Let's pretend you're working.
Right.
This is where investing comes into it.
Time investment.
This is
investment in
if you invest, the more you invest, the shorter time it takes for you to get rich. Basically.
Yeah, it's just like walking down a road, isn't it? If you want to get there by midnight, you're gonna have to drive all night, or else you can walk 2 paces every fortnight. Take the rest of your life to get to Norway.
Exactly. Yeah, but you can. If you think about it, a bank. Generally, whatever money you have in the bank account, it's usually up to 1% a year. Imagine being able to do that almost every week, or eventually you get to the stage every day. And if you do that, if you find that slow, you can use whatever profit you have to make even more money in a riskier situation, because you won't lose your initial money, you'll only lose the profit that you made. Because the first bit of money, and I'm going to talk about specialise in my area.
Is it really as high as 1%? I thought it was like fucking 0.5%.
I mean, it could be. Now there is a
post officer, one of those jobs, one of those government things.
It's probably something. It probably is less than. I think the maximum is one in anywhere in the world. I think the absolute maximum is one a year. I think.
Keep going,
I thought there was probably.
You're on fire.
So what I'm saying is, don't rely on those sources of investing unless you can, really have a shitload of money to invest. This way, you kind of have to do a bit of work yourself, but you don't need nearly as much money to get to the same level as you intended to do in a so-called savings account. This is your savings. So-called
it sounds like you have a grudge or something with savings accounts. How do you feel about
I wouldn't bank on it.
The one thing is back.
Not taking money anyway, because it can go either way. Those interest rates will go up and down like crazy. You need to be rich, and you need to be rich from day one since you entered the world to benefit from that.
You'd need to put in $1 million to see like a 1%.
Even that wouldn't. Yeah, even that wouldn't.
I'll turn the heat back on.
I'm grand. I'm actually nice, but you wouldn't be able to live on. Even you used to back in the day, $1 million would get you a life. You could have a life, but not just investing in the bank anymore. But if you learn a skill, learn a bit of the amount of time it takes you to learn to try and put money into the bank versus the amount of time it takes to learn a new skill. If you can learn a skill fairly quickly, and you can build up you can make that money much quicker. You can make it far quicker than if you put it in a bank. Just learn a skill. Don't touch the bank. Put it into this. You will make far more money much quicker. I promise you. There's no exceptions to this, and I've done it myself. You will make a lot more money than you will in the bank this way. Would you
trust this lad? I would not trust this lad.
That's why he's here.
I wouldn't lend you €1, mate. And you're trying to give me business advice.
Fucking right. I'm just trying to make you fail your business.
With the costume you have on.
I'm trying to make you fail. Look, I'm even just drinking. My beard. I'm gonna shave it off just for a sec.
What's gas is the shite you're talking is actually fucking true, which is hilarious. Like you're here dressed up as Santa Claus.
I am fucking Santa. I'm business class.
Earning money while you're sitting here in this whole passive income, isn't it?
It is. Well, it can get to that, and that will happen. It will get to that eventually, but that it becomes. You're still kind of working. It's like your day job.
Royalties. Think of like if you wrote a famous book or something like that.
But if you did
money coming all the time while you sleep.
I need money.
Passive income.
But if you did, if you assess the risk, the potential, how much. You do have to assess your risk and assess your parameters, and that's something I will go into much more detail eventually. But if you do that properly, after a few months you'll get a very good idea what your parameters are required for, and that way you can just invest, work, invest, work on that, and in no time you'll be off to Barbados with a few pina coladas and white sand and a few of the men or women, whatever you want.
Female prostitutes, you're right.
Sure, anything else. Your life will be sorted. You can
sex workers. Sorry, excuse me, sex workers.
As many as you want. Oh, sure. What's the difference? They all do the same thing.
Let's be politically correct. Sex workers.
I thought you could still call. No, you're not allowed to call them prostitutes. No, I didn't know.
That's it. You can make jokes about prostitutes as long as you call them sex workers.
Okay.
That's politically correctness, people. Woo!
And who said sex is hard work?
Yeah. I'm sorry for being sexist.
Sex is
sorry.
Sex is literally sexist. No, I like being sexist. I like being neutral. Anyway. So I have currently, with what I'm doing, my form of trading involves not putting my eggs in just one basket. Mine involves something that involves making money quite slowly, but that is not risky at all. Because I have the law of large numbers on my side, I have the knowledge and I have the variables to know what I'm doing, knowing 100% that I'm going to make that money. I will make that money, and it's scalable. The more money I make, the more money I can put in. So there's no way that, I mean, I've done this for quite a long time, and I've not come even close to getting into trouble. I mean, I've gone through a big, what we call, ever heard of the word drawdown? The drawdown is the deficit, the loss that you're in. But to me, that drawdown is just a part of the expenditure. It's just part of the stage of getting to the profit. So I'm here, I go down a certain bit, and I come back up, and I come back up. I'm here, I go down to here, I go back, I go back. Oh, I know the drawdown's never going to go to here. It might go here, might go a little bit more, but it will never go here. Yeah. Once I know
we're just drawing a graph with our hands here, Sean.
Once I know what my drawdown, my average drawdown is, I can have a safety net, a cushion, a pillow, something much greater to bounce it back up, like a trampoline or a pillow, to bounce it back up and make even more money. I know what I can do. So that's my first bit.
Cash money, cash
and in
money.
fact, the more money I have, the safer it gets. It's reverse. You said, yeah, it's a reverse engineering. He taught me this word. He taught me, that's why I'm so confident in my business. He taught me that expression. He made me confident. I was like fucking shitting myself beforehand. And so that's my initial income. That takes a little bit of time and practice and understanding. Learning, asking other people. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We're all here. We're tribal people. We're like the.
Oh shit! Yeah.
We're all here to help each other. Go for the right people who think will help you, and decide if you trust them or not. You will get to know that very soon. We're all like human beings. We're reading other people. You got to treat business like a psychology.
Ooh.
When I read the markets, I read them like I'm reading someone's mind. I absolutely do. Because I do that generally in any way. I kind of look at situations. I try to empathise where they're coming from. So I do exactly the same here. I apply that to this money-making stuff. And that is where things are going to take off. If you can empathise or try at least, if you're not now, now's the time to get into it. Because if you can do that with this, that's a skill, and that's where you're going to be very profitable, and you can give up your job that you hate and all, and you just go into this forever. I promise you.
Fucking hell,
so
man.
Read them. In trading, I'm going to specialise in trading. So read the markets like you're reading someone's mind, like you're trying to help them, and understand what's the best solution. Go cooperate with them, work with them. Oh my God! I promise you. I can't even begin to explain the positive results you will get. You will be positive overall. Just in case that person has a bad day, has a bad mood, we got our initial income that I was just on about as your leverage. You can fall back on that. And when you get so confident you may not need that, some of you have a problem with discipline. This is a fantastic way to go.
Right.
You need a initial income where you'll need to learn a bit of discipline. You need to get used to not winning every trade or so. You will lose trades. That's okay. But here's where perspective comes in. Rather than seeing it, imagine this. If you went to money and you gambled away €200, you might be upset, wouldn't you?
Fucking right.
However, if you spend that €200 on Christmas presents for someone, would you be as upset? in either way, €200 gone, wasn't it?
Well, you'd be a bit upset, but not as much, like.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. You hated everyone that you bought them for.
Yeah, fucking pricks, man.
But, yeah, so fucking right, Christmas shit, yeah. But, so, which one is worse? In both cases, your €200 gone. You weren't spending it on yourself, you're spending it on others. So whatever happens is gone, they're going to forget about it. In 6 months' time, it looks no different, does it? So why are you upset when you lost €200 in a casino? It's perspective. It's all in the head, baby.
Yeah.
So, if you can see it from another point of view, see, now what I do now...
Oh, well, I guess you have 2 bags to show for it, don't you? If you buy your gifts for fucking...
Yeah.
That's almost like a bank of future investment of good feelings. Like you
your thoughts people will know what you... That's where it comes into it.
As opposed to a future investment in... You think your future investment is lost, but in big perspective it's not lost at all.
Oh, that's exactly what you're saying. And the thing is,
all up and
so
down.
what all about the investment in the Christmas presents, and all of a sudden you were struggling, you couldn't get a holiday for the next while because you had to spend on Christmas presents, but the investment there is you're investing in your relations, and likewise it'll come back to you. It will come back to you tenfold. It will come back in abundance.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to a casino, that won't happen.
Yeah.
So either way, that €200 is gone.
Yeah.
But where has it gone to? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
That's what has it gone just down the drain, or has it gone into a bit of thought about someone?
Find out next time. That's all we have time for. Buy a hat. It's fucking €200. Only joking. I don't know where's it
gone. No, 201 euro. So back to my trading,
right.
And this is where perspective comes in. If I make a lose on a trade, do you know what I say? Well, I'm glad the people who came along to... Because there's always someone on the other side of the coin. There always is in these things. There always will be. There's no exception to this. You're dealing with other people's money as well as your own.
Other side of the coin, you mean yin and yang? Or
yeah, absolutely.
Any other... Can I get one more thing? Apart from yin and yang, could I get one more example just to clarify this in people's brains?
Black and white.
Black and white. Complete polar opposites, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're betting for the market. Now, here's the thing. In the markets, there's only 2 things that... It's two-dimensional. It can only go up or it can only go down.
Okay.
So basically, simple sake... One person, while you put money on the market to go up, someone has put money on the market to go down. Someone's betting opposite you. So if you bet for the market to go up and it went up, you win the money. That person loses the money.
Okay.
On the other hand, if you were betting the market to go up and they bet on the market to go down and the market won't go down, you will lose the money. They will win the money. So that's what trading is.
Fucking complicated stuff, man. I'm with you.
However, that's the main. It's just basically we're placing a bet for red to appear on the card or black, and whoever wins gets the money. It's just placing. It's like placing a bet. Basically, it's just a simple bet: red or black. If it lands on red, you win. If it lands on black, the dealer wins.
Purple.
Perfect. Yeah. Purple.
Purple. Sorry.
Purple. No, I just make it up. I make it up. But I like grey, but dark matter. But so that's what it's all about. So you need to sometimes put yourself in a situation rather than thinking, damn, I lost and that person took my money. Think, well, I'm going to make money in the long run. So this specific person came along against me and they won. So congratulations, you have my money. I'm going to take that money back from someone else, not from you, unless you want to try me again. But someday someone's going to come along and I'm going to get the money rather than them. And so rather than thinking as a loss, just think as you're spending money in a business. For example, to run any business, you run a shop, you have to pay for electricity, and if the day no one shows up to buy anything, you've spent some money. That's the same situation.
People really need to get a spreadsheet or something, like an accounting thing out.
You absolutely do. You need to take notes. You can't do this off by heart.
People keep trying to do all this bullshit in their head.
No,
but look,
absolutely
you need
not.
if you want to be a fucking...
You've got to be professional. You've got to do it. If
you want to actually make profit, it's fine. If you just want to have a good time, do whatever you want, you know.
In a casino, you don't need to do that unless
gamble on your favourite football team. Fair play.
Gambling means you will lose in the long run. You're risking...
If you want to make actual bank, you're going to need a proper account round little notebook.
You need to know
it's not that hard, honestly.
It's easy. You don't need an accountant for this. I'm not trying to put
pen and paper
business, but you don't need it. You don't need an accountant. I mean, it's simple. It's simple maths. Simple. You don't need massive formulas of algebra or fucking trigonometry. You just need to know maths. A couple of lines. What money you made. What money you lost. Profit loss. Easy done. If you can add or subtract, you're done. You're sorted. If you can't, then Santa's going to come along and give you maths grinds on Christmas Day.
Fucking hell. Yeah, that's like worse than the boogie man. Fucking getting maths grind on Christmas Day. Like, that is worse than the boogie man.
He'd become a serial killer, wouldn't he?
If you're not good, Santa will come on Christmas Day and give you maths grinds. Like, no.
It's better than cold in the sack, isn't it? I don't know. It's just, at least you get presents, but you get math. Imagine your Christmas present was just like workbooks and past exam papers. Just imagine on Christmas Day that fucking happened, and you had no choice because you'd afraid your results. You said no. Exam papers for Christmas, anybody?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sued for this because some kid's gonna fucking sue me. Yeah.
Is this song copyright and shit? Like, are we gonna lose money off?
Yeah, but it's kind of. It's kind of mumbled, so it doesn't matter. Fuck you, cunt. It doesn't matter. We're not going to be.
I want to make a joke.
Well, who made that? Who's going to sue us for writing jingle bells anyway? It's an old traditional card. The person who made it's probably dead.
Maybe someone bought it, like.
No one bought that song. Fuck that.
Who'd want it?
Fuck it, yeah. And no one's going to just buy. Anyone could buy fucking jingle bells. I'm going to buy fucking Oh Holy Nights and make money. Chopin as well. You can take all this music and apparently you can copyright like classical music. Yeah. You can copyright because there's no one else around to sue, so you can actually take their stuff and do it and make it into your stuff, plagiarize without getting into trouble.
So we've only got 9 minutes left, and then we have to make that phone call that we can't talk beer. But we may have to call Santa Claus and the elves to make a booking on.
It's gone through a So here's getting back to the business side of things, the serious stuff.
I know it's too serious. Try this. Are you scared to try this?
I'll try it again anyway.
You want to try it too?
Yeah.
I gave it to you earlier, right?
I was right. I thought I said it.
And I pretended I was going to have some, and I got too scared. I didn't have any.
Here we go. Let's try again.
Right. Oh my god.
It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only like 13%. What's that called?
I think
substitute
that's one of I've had books fast before. I've had
imitation alcohol.
I've had a lot worse than that.
You have another one, eh?
It's kind of fruity. It's fruity.
It's time to get the shot glasses out, or I mean, for this imitation alcohol.
I need to finish that can first.
Do you?
I need to get that can in myself.
Man, I'm so glad I'm not having imitation spirits, because last time, oh my flippers.
Oh shit. This is good. This is good. Now I'll hate the next morning, but fuck it.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. So what was I doing? So my initial income is where I rely on variables, and now this is where you have to do a lot of work at the start. There is a bit of a learning curve.
Okay.
But if you're willing to go down, have a look into it, or if there's demand for it, I'll teach you, and I'll go through everything step by step.
In this lesson, on this playlist.
Absolutely, I'll go through the whole lot.
Right.
No strings attached.
Okay.
Just a G string. Grand. Yeah. I will actually go through everything. I'll explain everything, as many as it takes.
That's very generous here. Thank you very much.
Well, at least we're all in the same boat, aren't we? We want to do this. We want to do it. If we all help each other, we're all like.
Now we will be making money in the back end. We will buy the merch downstairs. If you want a fucking cool hat and all the rest of it. Support the channel and Patreon, all that good shit. But listen, in the meantime, we're making fucking money live on the internet. This is live questions below. Join in. Vegan Steven podcast.
I want to do a review of a session I had.
Oh shit! I have to post on the fucking Instagram. I keep forgetting to post. Fucking Instagram.
As you know from a bit of we did a bit of leveraging back there. Actually, we did live with real money. Like we were actually using software and companies and websites.
Are we doing that later with the live roulette?
It was not quite leveraging. That's
later though. Okay, we will be doing live roulette later on.
If you want to see me if you want to see what not to do.
He's gonna lose his fucking ass. No offense, Dr. Boogie, you're gonna lose all your fucking money.
Well, I'll make it back in.
I don't mean to be rude, like, but good luck.
You're being such a dick, like, you know that.
I know. I just mean, like, you know, it's for entertainment. It's not.
This is entertainment purposes only, honey.
It's pure entertainment.
Not be real.
Because honestly, if you want to make profit, don't go to a fucking casino.
No, do not, unless you did step one, which is the initial income, then maybe, and as long as you have enough breathing space in your money, well, that's something I'm going to go into later on. That's the cushion and trampoline method. Then roulette would work.
It's just one, yeah.
But it might work. But I do not encourage casino gambling. If you are addicted to gambling, stay away from all of this.
Yeah.
You will have a hard time. Make sure you're in a state. Make sure you can basically take a loss occasionally and then move on. Make sure you can sleep at night knowing that you've lost money and that you're going to make it back that week.
If you can handle criticism, you might be able to handle gambling. If you can't handle criticism, I don't know if you can handle gambling.
Then you're going to get criticalism.
Yeah.
So, well, it's not gambling. What I'm doing later might be, but what here is not gambling because there's knowledge to it. There's actual predictabilities you can forecast. Gambling you can't forecast. It's purely risk, purely numbers.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you can actually put the variables massively in your favour and know what's going to happen. And it's worth to take a bit of time out to do it. A few months. I mean, think of this like a college course. Treat it the same.
I would think it as predicting the weather. Is it going to rain today?
Absolutely, it is.
Would you get very annoyed? Like, it's going to rain a certain amount of days, guaranteed. Would you get very annoyed if it rained or not rained? Because it's like, oh, well, it doesn't. Like, in the long term, it's going to rain a certain amount of days. You can go back in time and see how many days it rained and how many days it didn't rain and just repeat those numbers. It's a repeatable process. You wouldn't get really depressed if it got sunny one day because it's a repeatable statistic.
Absolutely. That's what
law of large numbers.
If it got sunny one day, if you can't handle that one sunny day, then maybe work on yourself before.
A lot of gamblers say don't watch the fucking match. Do you not watch the fucking match? You just see win, lose, you see it the next day or whatever and go, alright, add that at the board, ding ding.
Yeah, just come back to it the next day.
It's not some kind of adrenaline drinking thing.
It shouldn't be, yeah, no, that's...
Hang out with your wife or your girlfriend or your kids or whatever the fuck.
Gambling is adrenaline, but if you want to put money in a match, just put your money in, forget about it until like the next day and then come back to it. And then whatever the result is, make the next move based on what you just happened there.
And your penis size.
Yeah, well, I need to rate people with that, so it's great.
Yeah.
I know mine's getting too big for that straight, but anyway.
Also,
I've invested
kissing
in
other women and other forms of consensual.
I go for somewhere in between.
Things that are ways out. Does anybody else hear that rain?
I just fucking hell. That came out of nowhere. I thought we weren't going to. We got a shitload of rain last week, didn't we? I was fucking soaking. I had to go home and get a bath after. That was fucking shy.
Holy Jesus! We only have 2 minutes left, and we have to finish this podcast.
Well, all right. Very quick to
make that important phone call to your fucking wife.
Yeah, we'll get married.
I mean.
So we have
girlfriend. Anyway, moving very swiftly on.
So we're so I have to So in terms of business, it's all about perspective. Rather than seeing it as a loss, see it as a bonus. And when you complete that cycle, that's your bonus. Imagine going to a casino where they said, "We'll give you money back." The initial income is the money you made back for the gambling. Or whatever you want to do, the additional trade, the riskier stuff, you can make the risky stuff no problem, knowing that you will barely lose, you will win in the long run, you will win a lot. And when you know more, whether you like it or not, if you stay in it long enough, you'll get to know more stuff anyway, regardless of whether you want it to happen or not. You will get to know stuff, and you will instinctively, without thinking about it, base your decisions on that, and that is how you get rich. Your knowledge is rich. Once your knowledge is rich, everything else becomes rich. You need to be rich in the mind first before you're rich with anything else, because it all starts within you.
Very true, man.
So go there first, be fucking delighted. Whatever happens, whatever bumps along the way, that's all part of it. That's good. That's how you learn.
Yeah, I just want to read out this this disclaimer here, and then we're going to get right back into the podcast. Just because this is all in positive energy, we're just improvised jokes. They don't always be funny, so we're just. This is all positive energy. Vegan Steven podcast is a parody podcast. Vegan Steven's fictional character. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. The show, even though it's based on real people, entirely fictional. Celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language, and due to its content, should not be viewed by anyone. Fucking class shit, man. Do you have any more? I'd love if you could keep going this podcast, but. Do we have any more bits and bobs about this? Because I know you have second a previous appointment. Would you have more time to spare on this subject before you have to go?
Well, I just kind of want to give general advice that if you any business, I specialise in trading, but most businesses, if any business works the same way, if you run a business, you will spend money before you make money. Mm-hmm. That will always be the case. There's no other way about it. You have to do that. Yeah. So don't panic. Don't panic whatever happens to you. If the system will work in the long run, if you follow it correctly, if you accumulate the knowledge correctly, you have the right mindset, you're okay with whatever happens without feeling anything. Don't feel good about your wins or feel bad about your losses. Just be completely neutral, like it's just another exercise.
Yeah,
it's just numbers on the screen. Let the money factor come into it when you go to withdraw your profits from the bank. That is when you start to feel happy. Anything else, losses or anything, just pretend they never happened. Yeah. And that takes practice. So that's why I have 2 different forms of income. Look into study, practice, slowly get into it. If you make a few mistakes along the way, well done. Mistakes. Do you know what mistakes is? Investing in your life lessons.
Opportunities to learn.
Mistakes are... with every mistake comes another opportunity.
Yeah, it's market research. Every mistake's market research.
And this is the exact same. Every failure, every
fail
loss...
hard, succeed hard. No,
every failure...
like success.
Because when you fail at something, there's always a reason behind it. If you can find out that reason, and you see that situation again to avoid that reason... There you go. This is no exception.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe you need to take your wife or loved one out to dinner instead of looking at other women. Maybe
perhaps
you need to,
try that next time. Not look
maybe you need to
way.
Not shout at your dog and bring your dog out for a walk instead of shouting at your dog.
So why you might have murdered your previous dog? This dog.
Maybe you need a cup of coffee instead of blaming yourself for
hot chocolate.
I don't know, sore foot. I don't know. So that's time. So we have reached half an hour. How do you feel? Have you reached all the points you'd like to reach? Or?
I think I kind of have. Just other than, if anybody, if anybody wants me to go into my side of what I do, let me know. And I'll probably go into it anyway. I will do. Because I think maybe I don't expect everyone to write, so I'm going to go into. I will do maybe after Christmas at some stage we'll do a course in what I'm doing.
Lovely. So you feel that you're touching on general business, but you can go into specifics.
Yeah, I can.
After Christmas.
Absolutely, yeah.
But right now you're laying down a foundation, are you?
Kind of, yeah. Just general business, but like it works the same way in any business, like, and especially investing-based business. Now, this is not about. This doesn't really apply for someone working for someone else. This is working for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You will follow the same protocol. This is even with teaching. If you're teaching in different places, you have to pay to get to work, and if your students don't show up, that's your payment that you made. But the next day, you could have 20 students showing up, and you made far more than what you did, because you know what you did the previous day? You found out why they didn't show up. You invested in fixing yourself, and they all came back the next day. They realised you were so much better. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. There's no exception. Don't treat, just because you're doing it online on a computer, it's not a video game. Don't treat it as such. Even if you're tempted to treat it exactly the same way as, because you will always deal with real people. You're not dealing with. Do not ever get into anything which involves dealing with machines or robots. Deal with real people only. ever deal with machines.
Dr. Business was saying, do not stay away from those, those machines, slot machines?
Yes.
He said that's the worst for
Absolutely.
gambling people.
And stay away from all online gambling that involves slot machines, even fake roulette. Stay away, because they can manipulate that anyway. Even if it's cryptocurrency, don't go near it ever. You're going to get absolutely nowhere with that.
So sit tight, people. I know you're looking for that instant gratification, but you just hold off a little longer, sit in for a few more lessons.
Just imagine you've gone to school for the next 4 years and you came out, you're going to be retired.
We're going to keep trying to sell you vegan Stephen hats, alright? We're being fucking upfront and honest, alright? You don't need a vegan Stephen hat, you don't need any instruments, but, excuse me. The stuff we're mentioning is tried and tested methods for earning money, and we're going to have to leave it there. Is that right?
Yeah, that's good.
We're finishing up.
These are tried, because I've been doing this for a while. It's real work, I promise you.
Tried and tested. Okay, goodbye. That's it.
That's it. Bye.